Hello everyone, welcome back. As you can see, we're hitting almost perfect today. Now rank 1 in the league, 2.9 stars, 99.7 destruction rate, and I'm going with the new Super Dragon Army, but with no rocket bat, but the new equipment, the revenge deck, and let's see how it works. This strategy is actually pretty simple and strong. You always start with the Dragon Dude. You want the Dragon Dude go onto the deeper base. He's not only gonna temper the defense, but also gonna destroy them to create the funnel for the main Super Dragon army. I just use an angry spell to redirect the Dragon Dude into the deeper base, and also use the Ice Blood when the Dragon Dude is going into some high damage area, so you can protect the Dragon Dude. And see, the Dragon Dude, he is still got full health. So now let's just use another Ice Blast spell on the Dragon Duke so that he can destroy everything on the right hand side. And notice that the Duke actually provides some tanking on the right hand side, which is just decrease the side damage. You always want your Duke to protect your main Super Dragon army, remove the side damage. So that's why I just start the Super Dragon pretty early. You want the Duke to temper that. If you wait until the Duke is dead and you stand your Super Dragon, then nobody can temper your Super Dragon anymore. They will die pretty quickly. So with a good protection, now see how many Super Dragons alive. I guess it's like 6 Super Dragons alive, and we only bring 6 Super Dragon, and we still got 1 minute and 35 seconds is the triple for sure. Okay, so let's move on to the second base. A lot of people are wondering where to send the Dragon Dude first. But actually we can make the question much more simpler. Where shouldn't I send the Dragon Dude? You can send the Duke on the top side. There's a logger, there's a air sweeper facing on the top side. The air sweeper, the logger will just blow the Dragon Duke on the outside. If the Duke cannot go deeper onto the base, that means that value is getting from the defense decks. And you can send the Duke onto the bottom side area either, because there is a monolith, the monolith, or the single inferno. They are pretty annoying to the Dragon Duke. I mean, yeah, you got the revenge spell, you got the Ice Blood spell, but even with the Ice Blood spell, you need a lot of Ice Blood just to destroy the monolith with the revenge deck. And see, there is even a building hut next to the monoliths, so there's no way for you to deal with the monolith just with the revenge deck from the Dragon Dude. So just send it into either side of the raid tower. That's the best choice for you. And since the Dragon Dude is clearing the funnel on the right hand side, that means we can start the main Super Dragon army at 6 o'clock on the bottom, and the main Super Dragon army will just fly onto the left hand side raid tower, going from the backhand side of the left fast splitter. So no fast splitter will shoot on our main dragon army. So that's actually a very good pathing. And the Duke actually clear everything on the right, just only 2 buildings left. I just use all the rocketloons, just take those buildings out. The Ice Hound and the Ice Golem just coming out from the enemy CC. That's not gonna be a big deal. It only causes some time, and after we're dealing with that, then we can go straight into the jungle area. We still got a poison. Let's poison onto the logger, and maybe freeze onto the Mana Prince and the multi-inferno tower. Now nothing can damage us, so we still got so many Super Dragons alive. It's the triple for sure. Let's move on to another base, and again the same question, where you should send your Dragon Dude. Should we always send the Duke into the rage compartment? Of course not. See, there are air sweeper facing both the rage tower section, and actually the rage tower section is not scary. The ricochet cannon didn't do any damage on the air, and the multi-archer tower the damage would just split if you spend a lot of dragons. So nothing is scary on the recharge section, so that's why I start the dragon dude onto the bottom side. If the dude going on the left, then I will send the super dragon onto the left hand side recharge. If the dude is going right, and I will send the super dragon onto the right hand side. So now let's drop, maybe wait a little bit. When the dude pathing onto the air defense, let's drop the ice block to destroy the air defense and the queen gen arrow for both air defense and air sweeper. Then we can start pathing our super dragon into the race tower section. Let's drop a ice blast spell onto the dragon duke again, so that the dragon duke can temper the damage on the left, and we can delay our whirling eternal tone for 7 seconds. And after the ice blast spell expires, then that's when we pop the whirling eternal tone. We also tap the dragon duke. He is still alive. That's crazy. And now the witches are coming out from the clan castle. Let's drop a totem, so the small skeletons will go onto that totem, and the super dragon can destroy all of them with the splash damage. So with a nice pathing, we still have so many super dragons alive and so many spells. And of course, it's gonna be an overkill for sure. So it's a double rage base. One rage compartment is on the town hall side and another one is in the core. Of course, you are not gonna send your dragon dude onto the town hall compartment because there's a logger and 2 air sweeper, and they will blow your dragon dude onto the outside. So you're probably not gonna send your dragon dude onto the town hall compartment, just go for the value. And actually, the main purpose of sending the dragon dude is not getting great value, but just to funnel for your main super dragon army. So even you didn't send the dragon dude for some crazy defense core compartment, that's gonna be fine. As long as you clear the pathing for the super dragons, the super dragon can clear the rest of the rage compartment. So we just send the queen for the giant arrow. The giant arrow just takes both air defense and both air sweeper. So now the super dragon can easily path onto the temple area. So why the queen is pretty healthy and keep getting value is because we just use the dragon dude, funnel on the bottom side, destroy the defense to the queen. And why the super dragon they are healthy is that we just use the queen giant arrow to funnel and support the main super dragon army. You want everything work together, support each other, and that's why I just let the dragon dude die there. I didn't use all 4 of my ice spell to support the dragon dude before his first death, because he was so far from the main super dragon army. So what I do is that I let the duke die early first, then when the super dragon is about to touch the monolith, then that's when we revive the dragon dude again and use the remaining ice spell to temper the monolith for the super dragon. And yeah, that's the key concept of running this army. You always want everything work together, stand together, supporting each other. And when you know that, when you execute it well, it will probably be pretty easy for you to triple any bases, even if it's a max town hall 18. Okay, so this is the last base we are going to talk about, and just as I said, most of the time we shouldn't send our dragon dude directly onto the air sweeper because it's gonna be pretty annoying. But sometimes you can, because we bring a queen. The queen has a giant arrow, so sometimes if you really want to send the duke onto some good heavy rage compartment, then you can just use the queen giant arrow to snipe out the air sweeper. So see, let's just use the first totem spell to tempt for the enemy queen, scatter shot, and the axe spell. So with the queen and the duke, we actually got a pretty good funnel on the left-hand side. So now we can just send all the super dragon onto the temple area. The reason why I didn't send the dragon duke onto the temple area is because the long shot, his hand is kind of being so long, and there's no way for the dragon duke to get it down. If the dragon duke cannot get it down, then you didn't get a good funnel. You didn't set a good funnel for the main super dragon. So that's why this time I just send the dragon duke onto the ritual section and let the queen jam arrow onto the air sweeper. And see, now the dragon duke is still alive. We still have a export spell. Let's export the dragon duke here and use the mana ability to slow the defense. So now the dragon duke is still alive. Let's use a angry spell. And see, the angry spell actually redirect the dragon duke onto some important defense. If it didn't use the angry spell, then the dragon duke would just stuck on the storage and die early. So even we didn't use the angry spell to redirect the pathing at start, it would still be useful afterwards, and with a good pathing and execution, it's a triple for sure. So this is the end of the video. Like, subscribe, comment below if you like the gameplay, and I will see you in the next video.